And in cross my glen, the fire burns true. The patriotic flame will never die. And when you hear the British outcry, it will be the fighting men from Crossmaglen. I'll sing a song of the bravest man, the famous fighting unit from Armagh. They are the men of Crossmaglen, among the bravest I ever saw. And in Crossmaglen, the fire burns true, the patriotic flame will never die. And when you hear the Brits outcry, it will be the fighting men from Crossmaglen. At night you'll hear the Zickers roar, the ambulance are here to cross the land. The IRA, the spirit soar, they know the reckoning has come in hand. Here we go. And in Crossmaglen, the fire burns true, the patriotic flame will never die. And when you hear the Brits outcry, it will be the fighting men from Crossmaglen. We'll not give up until we're free, until Ireland's in a British hand. We'll never rest until we see Britannia through, driven from our land. Oh, in Crossmaglen, the fire burns true, the patriotic flame will never die. And when you hear the Brits outcry, it will be the fighting men from Crossmaglen. We'll take it down from them ass, you sticky bastards. Well, let's a flag be provisionals to claim. It can never belong to free staters. You have brought on nothing but shame. Why not leave it to those who are willing to uphold it in war and in peace? To those men who intend to do voting until Britain's tyranny has ceased. Oh, take it down from the mass, you sticky bastards. Well, let's a flag be provisionals to claim. Well, it can never belong to free staters. Well, you have brought on nothing but shame. Well, you sailed on our 6 counties for your freedom. We have given you McCracken and Wolfpole, and the Ulster men that you fought with in Dublin. Oh yes, we'll watch you as you fight them all low. We'll take it down from the mast, you sticky bastards. Well, let's a flag we provisionals to claim. It can never belong to free staters. You have brought on nothing but shame. Time. Well, take it down from the mass, you sticky bastard. It's a flag we provisional to claim. Well, it can never belong to free staters. Well, you have brought on nothing but shame. Well, you have murdered a brave Liam and Rory. Well, you have butchered young Richard and Joe. Your hands with the blood are still gory from fulfilling the work of the foe. Oh, take it down from the mass, you sticky bastard. Well, it's a flag we provisionals to claim. Well, it can never belong to free staters. You have brought on nothing but shame. Here we go, my video universe. Here we go. Here! Here! For 30 years we fought you as a provost, and for 30 more we'll fight you with Sinn Féin. We'll stand by McGuinness and Adams, and we shall overcome once again. Let's see, here we go. Oh, take it down from the mast, you sticky bastards. Well, let's the flag be provision of the claim. Well, it can never belong to crusaders. Well, you have brought on and nothing but shame. Let's see, here we go. Oh, take it down from the mast, you sticky bastards.
I say don't over.
Well, it's the flag we provision of the claim. It can never belong to free staters. Well, you have brought on and nothing but shame.
I see
your
you
turn.
again.
We'll take it down from. Across McGlen, the fire burns true. The patriotic flame will never die. And when you hear the Barrettes I'll cry, it would be the fighting men from Cross McGlen. Well, it would be the fighting men from Cross McGlen.
Cross McGlen, take it.
Now here's to Donegal and to people brave and tall, to Antrim, to Leitrim and to Derry, to Cavan and to Louth and to Carlow in the south. Here's to Longford, to Waterford and Kerry. So drink your glasses free, there's a toast we all should drink. Let everybody join in the chorus. Old Ireland is our home, and no matter where we roam, we'll be true to the dear land that bore us. And here's to Tyrone, where the O'Neills made their home, to Monaghan from Monaghan, Kildare boys. And here's to the men who made the Saxons run, you know it was the brave County Clare boys. To Sligo and to Down and Armagh of old renown. And here's to Kilkenny, famed in story, to Wexford's men whose name shines the crown of deathless fame. And here's to Royal Meath in all her glory. So clink your glasses, clink, here's a toast we all should drink. Let everybody join in the chorus. All Ireland is our home, and no matter where we roam, we'll be true to the dear land that bore us. Here's to Galway and Mayo, sure that never feared a foe, to Wicklow, its peaks and its passes, to Limerick I recall for its well-defended wall, and yet for the bravery of its lasses. And here's to Gallencork, Felix County to New York, and here's to Roscommon, Light and Airy, and here's to Westmeath, where there's beauty, peace and grief, and here's to unconquered Tipperary. So clink your glasses, clink, here's a toast we all should drink. Let everybody join in the chorus. All Ireland is our home, and no matter where we roam, we'll be true to the dear land that bore us. Now awfully we will toast, and in leaks they all can boast of a spot the invaders got some trouble in. So now to finish up, fill all your glasses up, and we'll drink a jolly toast to dear old Dublin. So clink your glasses, clink, here's a toast we all should drink. Let everybody join in the chorus. Old Ireland is our home, and no matter where we roam, we'll be true to the dear land that bore us. So clink your glasses, clink, here's a toast we all should drink. Let everybody join in the chorus. All Ireland is our home, and no matter where we roam, we'll be true to the dear land that bore us.
Must sing of Billy Reid, Bobby Sand and McElwee. Must sing about the Thames and Dramagree. The boys across McGlen, up the road, free to sound. Chants of the Gary Young will sing again. The Provo lullaby and the Galtee mountain by, gallant songs of men who stood alone. You've murdered 14 men and you do the same again. Go home, British soldiers, go on home. Must sing of Billy Reid, Bobby Sand and McElwee. Must sing about the Thames and Dramagree. The boys across McGlen, up the road, free the sound. Chants of the Gary Young will sing again. A field of Offenrye and some missiles in the sky. Hear us sing the boys of the old brigade. Our cars and tanks and guns, my old man is on the run. My little arm a light and hand grenade. Let's sing of Billy Reid, Bobby Sand and McElwee. Let's sing about the Thames and Dramagree. The boys across McGlen, up the road, free the sound. Chants of the Gary Young will sing again. We'll read the roll of honour and we'll sing the broad black river, and think about the men who laid he won. Our lads in Crummonroe, volunteers brave and bold, keep on the fight until our day will come. We'll sing of Billy Reid, Bobby Sand and McElwee. We'll sing about the Thames and Dramagree. The boys across McGlen, up the road, free the sound. Chants of the Gary Young will sing again. And all the song must end, and we sing about the men who fought for Ireland's freedom and our land. We bid you all adieu, and we sing the Foggy Jew. So sing along with us, this rebel band. We'll sing of Billy Reid, Bobby Sand and McElwee. We'll sing about the Thames and Dramagree. The boys across McGlen, up the road, free the sound. Chants of the Gary Young will sing again. We'll sing of Billy Reid, Bobby Sand and McElwee. We'll sing about the Thames and Dramagree. The boys across McGlen, up the road, free the sound. Chants of the Gary Young will sing again.
There's a uniform that's hanging in what's known as Father's room. A uniform so simple in its style. It's got no braid of gold or silk, no hat with feather plume, yet me mother has preserved it all the while. One day she made me try it on, a wish of mine for years. In memory of your father, dear, she said. And when I put the Sam Brown on, she was smiling through her tears as she placed the broad black brimmer on me head.
It's just the broad black brimmer, ribbons frayed and torn by the careless whisk of many's a mountain breeze. An old trench coat that's so battle stained and worn, and breeches almost threadbare at the knees. A Sam Brown belt with the buckle big and strong, a holster that's been empty many's a day. But not for long. But when then came Ireland's freedom, the one should choose to lead them will wear the broad black brimmer of the IRA.
It was the uniform been worn by me father long ago, When he reached me mother's homestead on the run, it was the uniform being worn in that little church below. Now Father Mac, he blessed the pair as one. After truce and treaty and the parting of the ways, he wore it when he marched out with the rest.
And the best.
And when they bore his body down that rugged head upraised, they placed the broad black brimmer on his breast.
It's just a broad black river, ribbons frayed and torn by the careless whisk of many's amount of breeze. An old trench coat that's a battle stained and worn, and breeches almost threadbare at the knees. A Sam Brown belt with the buckle big and strong, and a holster that's been empty many's a day.
But not for long.
But when then came Ireland's freedom, the one should choose to lead them will wear the broad black brimmer of the IRA.
There's a uniform that's hanging in what's known as Father's room, a uniform so simple in its style. It's got no braid of gold or silk, no hat with feather plume, yet me mother has preserved it all the while. One day she made me try it on, a wish of mine for years, in memory of your father dear, she said. And when I put the Sam Brown on, she was smiling through her tears as she placed the broad black brimmer on me head.
It's just a broad black river, a ribbon strayed and torn by the careless whisk of many's amount of breeze. An old trench coat that's a battle stained and worn, and breeches almost threadbare at the knees. A Sam Brown belt with a buckle big and strong, and a holster that's been empty many's a day. But when then came Ireland's freedom, the one should choose to lead them and wear the broad black river of the IRA.
Back in 1888 in Glasgow on the Clyde, Brother Walfred and some boys and girls, well, they declared with pride, we're going to start a football team. We'll wear the shamrock green, and the whole world will come to hear of Celtic. Grando was a Celtic man, we daughter Celtic too. I've travelled all around this world, and one thing I know is true. No matter where you rest your head, Paris or Nepal, you'll always hear somebody singing Celtic. Me dies forever talking of the players of his day. His man was Charlie Tully, who from Ireland made his way. When he bade goodbye to Belfast and to the Shamrock shore, his mammy, well, she upped and shouted Celtic. Grando was a Celtic man, me daughter Celtic too. I've travelled all around this world, and one thing I know is true. No matter where you rest your head, Paris or Nepal, you'll always hear somebody singing Celtic. You're just like your grandad, the way you're standing there, with your laughing blue eyes, you just don't have a care. With your Celtic scarf around your neck and your green flag by your side, as long as you are breathing, girl, your grand will be alive. I remember 67 like it was yesterday, and it's all in dairy trainers putting the drink away for the famous Glasgow Celtic. They had humbled Great Milan, the finest in all Europe. Glasgow Celtic. Grando was a Celtic man, me daughter Celtic too. I've travelled all around this world, and one thing I know is true. No matter where you rest your head, Paris or Nepal, you'll always hear somebody singing Celtic. Back in 1988 in Glasgow on the Clyde, once more Glasgow Celtic, they filled their hearts with pride. They lifted up the cup and they hoisted up the flag. Happy birthday to you, Glasgow Celtic. Grando was a Celtic man, we daughter Celtic too. I've travelled all around this world, and one thing I know is true. No matter where you rest your head, Paris or Nepal, you'll always hear somebody singing Celtic. You're just like your grandad, the way you're standing there, with your laughing blue eyes, you just don't have a care. With your Celtic scarf around your neck and your green flag by your side, as long as you're breathing, girl, your grand will be alive.
So everybody raise your glasses, time to make a toast. Here's a health to Glasgow Celtic, the team we love the most. Here's to all the days gone by and better days to come. Jesus Christ, I love you, Glasgow Celtic. Grandad was a Celtic man, me daughter Celtic too. I've travelled all around this world and one thing I know is true. No matter where you rest your head, Paris or Nepal, you'll always hear somebody singing Celtic. You'll always hear somebody singing Celtic.
On Belfast streets I've heard it said, they're shooting little children dead, taking lives hardly begun with plastic bullets in their guns. We won't be kept uneasy, we will not be still, we won't be kept uneasy after all you've maimed and killed. Young Caroline, just 12 years of age, shot down by Brits and bloody rage. We to the 11th stone as well, fell victim to their plastic crown. We won't be kept that easy, we will not be still, we won't be kept that easy after all you've been killed. They try to make us to their line, they're using every type of crime, but freedom won't be terrorized, nor freedom struggle criminalized. And we won't be kept down easy, we will not be still, oh, we won't be kept down easy after all we've been killed. They try to drag us from our streets, they're taking life so young and sweet. Do they not know we'll not be beat, that their violence is there on the field? And we won't be kept down easy, we will not be still, no, we won't be kept down easy after all you've been killed, after all you've been killed, after all you've been and killed. Hey-oh.
I'd sing a song of the bravest men, that famous fighting unit from Armagh. They are the men of Crossmaglen, among the bravest Ireland's ever saw. Where in Crossmaglen that fire burns true, the patriotic flame will never die. And when ye hear that battle cry, it will be the fighting men from Crossmaglen. At night you'll hear bazookas roar, Armalites are heard across the land. The IRA, the spirit soar, they know the reckoning has come to hand. We're in Crossmaglen, that fire burns true, the patriotic flame will never die. And when ye hear that battle cry, it will be the fighting men from Crossmaglen. That British scum, they do fear that ne'er again they'll see the cursed shore. Why? Because they know they'll pay dear. The boys will even Ireland's bloody score. We're in Crossmaglen, the fire burns true, the patriotic flame will never die. And when ye hear that battle cry, it will be the fighting men from Crossmaglen. And when ye hear that battle cry, it will be the fighting men from Crossmaglen.
The song I will sing, brave young Irishman, the struggle for free Ireland. He joined the IRA, became a volunteer. His comrades in arms, he never showed no fear. Until Gerard Casey, the fighter to all, in the rights of his country, he answered the call. And on active service, but never a swine, our brave volunteer is not afraid to die. This man from the Banjo, I'm sure you've all heard tell, Gerard Casey's a name, his shark and he did well. He fought for his country, he gave up his life, for his family and friends, and darling young wife. In his younger days, lived his life to the full, playing Gaelic football, things were not so down. Working with his father, serving out his time, and set tired and free, to him there was no crime. No stranger to harassment, the hands of the foe, he was tortured, arrested, incarcerated. Sheltered by imprisonment and death in the end, our brave volunteer, to them he would not bend. This man from the Banjo, I'm sure you've all heard tell, Gerard Casey's a name, the shark in he did dwell. He fought for his country, he gave up his life, for his family and friends, and darling young wife. Broke British assassins in the covered dark, headed for a shot on Tishamakar. With the guns of terror, they burst through the door. The cowards went looking from the man of four. They found him with his wife, his baby girl in bed. They sprayed English spirits and Gerard Casey dead. The cowards had fled, the sadness at night. His wife and young family, they carry on the fight. This man from the Banjo, I'm sure you've all heard tell, Gerard Casey's a name, the shark and he did well. He fought for his country, he gave up his life for his family and friends, darling young man. This funeral at St. Mary's, got forces off the ground, a large crowd to fight it, the rain lies down. The piper he played, farewell at the grave, in honour of charity, brave as of the brave. Our gallant volunteer, Northumberland Brigade, in the rain swiftly down, that's where he was laid. Volunteers gone before, they lie in a plank, Jerk Casey and their name will never be forgotten. This man from the mountain, I'm sure you've all heard tell, Jerk Casey's the name, the shark and he did well. He fought for his country, he gave up his life for his family and friends, and darling young wife. One more time, this man from the mountain, I'm sure you've all heard tell, Jerk Casey's the name, the shark and he did well. He fought for his country, he gave up his life for his family and friends, and darling young wife.
Thank you all very much. Another the church visit.
The tears have all been shed now. We've said our last goodbyes. His soul's been blessed, he's laid to rest, and it's now I feel alone. He was more than just my father, my teacher, my best friend. And he'll still be heard in the tunes we've shared when I play them on my own. I never will forget him, for he made me what I am. Though he may be gone, memories linger on, and I miss him, the old man. As a boy, he'd take me walking my mountain, field and stream, and he'd show me things not known to kings, and secret between him and me, like the colors on a pheasant as he rises in the dawn, or how to fish and make a wish beside a fairy tree. I never will forget him, for he made me what I am. Though he may be gone, memories linger on, and I miss him, the old man. I thought he'd live forever. He seemed so big and strong, but the minutes fly and the years roll by for a father and a son. And suddenly, when it happened, there was so much left unsaid. no second chance to tell him thanks for everything he'd done. Oh, I never will forget him, for he made me what I am. Though he may be gone, memories linger on. God, I miss him, the old man.
You know, when you get old in life, things get taken from you. I mean, that's part of life. But you only learn that when you start losing stuff. You find out life's this game of inches. So is football. Because in either game, life or football, the margin for error is so small. I mean, 1/2 a step too late or too early, and you don't quite make it. 1/2 second too slow, too fast, you don't quite catch it. The inches we need are everywhere around us. They're in every break of the game, every minute, every second. On this team, we fight for that inch. On this team, we tear ourselves and everyone else around us to pieces for that inch. We claw with our fingernails for that inch. Because we know when we add up all those inches, that's gonna make the fucking difference between winning and losing. Between living and dying. I'll tell you this, in any fight, it's the guy who's willing to die who's gonna win that inch. And I know if I'm gonna have any life anymore, it's because I'm still willing to fight and die for that inch. Because that's what living is. The 6 inches in front of your face. Now I can't make you do it. You gotta look at the guy next to you. Look into his eyes. Now I think you're gonna see a guy who will go that inch with you. You're gonna see a guy who will sacrifice himself for this team because he knows when it comes down to it, you're gonna do the same for him. That's a team, gentlemen. And either we heal now as a team, or we will die as individuals. That's football, guys. That's all it is. Now, what are you gonna do?
Grant, most of the songs that I sing are Irish, but there's I suppose there's an exception to every rule. A song written by a marvellous American folk songwriter called Deportees, so I'd like to do it, written by the late great Woody Guthrie. The crops are all in, the peaches are gathered, oranges packed in their creosote bins. They're flying them back to the Mexican border. 'Twill take all their money to get back again. So farewell to my friends, goodbye Rosalita, adios mis amigos. Here's the same Maria, you won't have a name when you fly the big aeroplane. All they will call you will be deportees. The sky plane could fire over Los Gables Canyon. The fireball lit up and it shook the hills round. Oh, whoever's friends who were scattered like dry leaves, the radio said they were just deportees. So farewell to my friends, goodbye Rosalita, adios mis amigos. Is the same Maria, you won't have a name when you fly the big aeroplane. All they will call you will be deportees. Is this the best way to till our good orchards? Is this the best way we can grow our good fruit? To lie on the ground and to rot neath the topsoil and never know no name except deportees. So farewell to my friends, goodbye Rosalita, adios mis amigos. Is the same Maria, you won't have a name when you fly the big airplane. All they will call you will be deportees. Some of us were illegal and some were not wanted. Our work contract's finished and we've got to move on. It's 600 miles to the Mexican border. They chase us like rustlers, like outlaws, like thieves. So farewell to my friends, goodbye Rosalita, adios mis amigos. Is the same Maria, you won't have a name when you fly the big airplane. All they will call you will be deportees. Thank you. I can hear the bells of Dublin in this lonely waiting room. The paper boys are singing in the rain. Not too long before they take us to the airport and the noise to get on board a transatlantic plane. We've got nothing left to stay for, we've got no more left to say, and and there isn't any work for us to do. So farewell, ye boys and girls, another bloody flight of earls. Our best asset is our best export too. It's not murder, fear or famine that makes us leave this time. We're not going to join McAlpine's Fusiliers. We've got brains and we've got vision. We've got education too. And we just can't waste away the precious years. So we walk the streets of London and the streets of Baltimore, and we meet at night in several Boston bars. We're the leaders of the future, and we're far away from home, and we dream of you beneath the Irish stars. Take a look at Ellis Island and the lady in the bay, as Manhattan turns to face Lover's Sunday. We just wonder what you're doing to bring us all back home, as we look forward to another Monday. For it's not the work that scares us, we don't mind an honest job, and we know things will get better once again. So 1,000 times adieu. We've got Bono and you too. All we're missing is the Guinness and the rain. So switch off your new computer, for the writing's on the wall. We're leaving as our fathers left before. Take a look at Dublin Airport and the boat that leaves North Wall. There'll be no youth unemployment anymore, for we're over here in Queensland and in parts of New South Wales. We're on the seas and airways and the trains, but when we see better days, those big airplanes go both ways, and we'll all be coming back to you again. Yes, we'll all be coming back to you again.
We continue our tribute to the great men and leaders of 1916. We'd like to remember the working class hero of Ireland. We'd like to remember a man called James Connolly. The man was all shot through that came today into the barrack square. And the soldier I am not proud to say we killed him there. They brought him from the prison hospital. And to see him in that chair, I swear his smile would far more quickly call a man to prayer. Maybe I don't understand this thing that makes these rebels die. Yet all men love freedom and the spring clear in the sky. I wouldn't do this deed again for all that I hold by, as I gaze down my rifle at his breast. But then a soldier I. They say he was different, kindly too apart from all the rest, a lover of the poor, his wounds ill-dressed. He faces like a man who knew a greater pain than blows or bullets ere the world began. Died he in vain? Ready, present! And him just smiling. Christ, I felt my rifle shake. His wounds all open, and around his chair a pool of blood. I swear his lips said, fire. Before my rifle shot that cursed lead. And I was picked to kill a man like that. James Connolly.
A great crowd had gathered outside of Kilmainham, their heads all uncovered, they knelt to the ground. For inside that grim prison lay a brave Irish soldier, his life for his country about to lay down. He went to his death like a true son of Ireland. The firing party he bravely did face. Then the order rang out, present arms on fire. James Connolly fell into a ready-made grave. Though the red flag was hoisted, the cruel deed was over. Gone was the man who loved Ireland so well. There was many a sad heart in Dublin that morning when they murdered James Connolly, the Irish rebel. God's curse on New England, you cruel-hearted monster. Your deeds, they would shame all the devils in hell. There are no flowers blooming, but the shamrock is growing on the grave of James Connolly, the Irish rebel. The forecourts at Dublin, the English bombarded the spirit of freedom. They tried hard to quell, but above all the din rose the cry, no surrender. 'Twas the voice of James Connolly, the Irish rebel. James Connolly there in song and in story.
was icy cold, I was alone, waiting for an army foot patrol. When at last they came within my sight, I squeezed the trigger of my Armalite. Oh mama, comfort me, for I know these awful things have got to be. 'Cause when the war for freedom has been won, I promise you I'll put away my gun. Shots rang out, I heard a soldier cry, please don't leave me here alone to die. I realized his patrol had gone away, and they left their wounded comrade for me to slay. Oh mama, comfort me, for I know these awful things have got to be. 'Cause when the war for freedom has been won, I promise you I'll put away my gun. There's nothing in this world I would not give. If mercy's in your heart, you let me live. For in his eyes I saw a begging flame, as the muzzle of my gun moved toward his brain. Oh mama, comfort me, for I know these awful things have got to be. 'Cause when the war for freedom has been won, I promise you I'll put away my gun. Dawn was breaking when I reached my base. I can't forget the look on that boy's face. Fear, agony, torment were all there. Ah, but to your memory, mama, his life I spare. Oh mama, comfort me. I know these awful things have got to be. 'Cause when the war for freedom has been won, I promise you I'll put away my gun.
I'll enjoy the movement. He was 17, with a burning passion for justice. He was young, bold and keen. He face is gone for Ireland against the forces of the crown. He served his time in a portly cell, then returned to Dublin town. Relentless in his goals, on the move both day and night to help those who suffer. Alan never ceased to fight. Unshaken by the media, unbroken, always strong, defiance ever in his eyes to right his country's wrongs. He thought his death would break us or make us go away. No, our fight has just begun. We'll make those cowards pay. In his name we are united, we're stronger than before. Dignified and proud, we vowed to settle up the score. Throughout the streets of Dublin, he was feared by the tops. For Alan never thought twice when he spied them dealing drugs. Threatened by the gangsters, he refused to hide away, for he would not be bullied. In the open he would stay. On a quiet Monday afternoon, Alan was attacked when a cowardly gunman sneaked along and shot him in the back. When he fell and hit the ground, his killer did not retreat. He riddled our brave comrade. He lay lifeless on the street. You thought his death would break us, would make us go away. Though our fight has just begun, make those cowards pay. His name we are united, we're stronger than before. Dignified and proud, felt to settle up the score.
Harassed by the special branch, they never gave him peace. And where were they that Monday when his young life did cease? We vowed to carry on his work, we'll follow in his lead. We'll find out where those gangsters lurk, we'll avenge their cowardly deed. To his friends, he was a gentleman, he was always around. His smile as bright as the sun, he would never let you down. There will never be another like our brave
won't let them criminalise you, selfless volunteer. You gave your life for others. You always showed no fear. What a brave Irish soldier. You had a heart of gold. We will never forget you or let your brave deeds go untold.
You thought his death would break us or make us go away. No, our fight has just begun. We'll make those cowards pay. In his name we are united. We're stronger than before. Dignified and proud, about to settle up the score. You're gone, oh, you're gone, but you live on in our memories.
Armored cars and tanks and guns came to take away our sons, but every man must stand behind the men behind the wire. Armored cars and tanks and guns came to take away our sons, but every man must stand behind the men behind the wire. In the little streets of Belfast, in the dark of early morn, British soldiers came running, breaking little homes with scorn. Hear the sobs of crying children, dragging fathers from their bed. Watch the scene as helpless mothers watch the blood fall from their heads. Armored cars and tanks and guns came to take away our sons, but every man must stand behind the men behind the wire. Armored cars and tanks and guns came to take away our sons, but every man must stand behind the men behind the wire. Not for them a judge or jury, or indeed a crime at all. Being Irish means they're guilty, so they're guilty one and all. Round the world the truth will echo, Cromwell's men are here again. England's name again is sullied in the eyes of honest men. Armored cars and tanks and guns came to take away our sons, but every man must stand behind the men behind the wire. Armored cars and tanks and guns came to take away our sons, but every man must stand behind the men behind the wire. Proudly march behind our banner, proudly march behind our men. We will have them free to help us build a nation once again. On the people step together, proudly marching on your way. Never fear or never falter till the boys come home to stay. Armored cars and tanks and guns came to take away our sons, but every man must stand behind the men behind the wire. Armored cars and tanks and guns came to take away our sons, but every man must stand behind the men behind the wire.
Down the lanes of foggy chimneys, through the little seaside town, strives the east wind like a dragon, strewing leaves all ragged brown. Winter planting icicles along that barren shore, but the Punch and Judy man is gone forever. Mr. Punch and Judy man, please bring back my childhood land of summer. In the meadow by the river, where the oak and willows stand, silver mist comes creeping down to lullaby our sleeping land. Through the bare and blackened branches, swallows fly all morn. But the Punch and Judy man is gone forever. Mr. Punch and Judy man, please bring back my childhood land of summer. Slot machines and penny arcades jingle jangle on the pier. Gone the sound of children laughing, fading with the dying year. Through the little town he wanders in the misty morning haze. But the Punch and Judy man is gone forever. Mr. Punch and Judy man, please bring back my childhood land of summer. Punchinello, Punchinello, where have you and Judy gone? Gone to join the swelling ranks of things that they look back upon. Memories can conjure up those dreams of yesterday. But the Punch and Judy man is gone forever. Mr. Punch and Judy man, please bring back my childhood land of summer. Mr. Punch and Judy man, please bring back my childhood land of summer.
In the morning in a bar at Glasgow Cross, an old man with a skip cap sips his lager through a straw. With x-ray eyes that'll stare inside to the bottom of your soul, and a scar that splits his face from cheek to chin. Well, it's morning in the marketplace and the traders set up shop. Teenage boys in tracksuits keep an eye out for the cops. And in olden days they used to say you'd buy anything here you please, from the finest minks to kitchen sinks to treasures from the seas. And the stars of the ballroom, they light up the night sky. Barroom fights and crazy nights pass me by. Drunken memories are lost in my reverie. Oh, God bless a skip cap gets told this next one's his last. Mothers are up to push chairs standing there on the corner of the streets, and a boy gets a clip round the back of the head for his cheek. Junkies are starving in search of a bag of the brown, and the travelling bun, the best in the lands, come to town. The traffic is hectic, Celtic are playing at home. Graffiti on the wall as the sun is going down. And the stars of the bomb, they light up the night sky. Barren fights and crazy nights pass me by. Crazy memories lost in my reverie. Oh, God bless Gallagate. There's a concert in the Barrowlands, and the music fills the room. Lovers kiss in the corner, smells of stale beer and perfume. Romance is born under an eastern sky, and an old man shouts obscenities at strangers passing by. As the stars in the ballroom light up the night sky, barren fights and crazy nights pass me by. Drunken memories lost in my reverie. Oh, God bless Gallagate.
I was ready to dance a bit, yeah? What if I dance like? flying on the sea. My guitar on me, 40,000 feet. What a brilliant feat. Go west, don't go east. The famine are a feast. Retreat there at the fair. Ah, homeless one is rare. I feel the city's alive. Lovely bodies here from all across the air, tongues and tribes galore. There isn't anyone. They feel the city's alive. I feel the city's alive. The apple of my eye, I cherish her. We want to hear bigger three. Everybody in the house singing.
as we gather in the chapel here in old Kilmainham jail. I think about these past few weeks. Oh, will they say we failed? from our school days. They have told us we must yearn for liberty. Yet all I want in this dark place is to have you here with me. Oh, Grace, just hold me in your arms and let this moment linger. They'll take me out at dawn and I will die. With all my love I place this wedding ring upon your finger. There won't be time to share our love, for we must say goodbye. Now I know it's hard for you, my love, to ever understand the love I bear for these great men, my love for this dear land. But when Padraig called me to his side down in the GPO, I had to leave my own sick bed. To him I had to go. Oh, Grace, just hold me in your arms and let this moment linger. They'll take me out at dawn and I will die. With all my love I place this wedding ring upon your finger. There won't be time to share our love, for we must say goodbye. Now as the dawn is breaking, my heart is breaking too. On this May morn as I walk out, my thoughts will be of you. I'll write some words upon the wall so everyone will know I love so much that I could see his blood upon the rose. Oh, Grace, just hold me in your arms and let this moment linger. They'll take me out at dawn and I will die. With all my love I place this wedding ring upon your finger. There won't be time to share our love, for we must say goodbye.
I am the god of hellfire, and I bring you